At least 3 people were killed Saturday afternoon when an Amtrak train that runs between Seattle and Chicago derailed in north-central Montana, toppling several cars onto their sides, authorities said. The westbound Empire Builder train derailed about 4 p.m. near Joplin, a town of about 200, Amtrak spokesman Jason Abrams said in a statement. The accident scene is about 150 miles, 241 kilometers, northeast of Helena, and about 30 miles, 48 kilometers, from the border with Canada. Liberty County Sheriff's dispatcher Star Tyler told the Associated Press that 3 people died in the derailment. She did not have more details. Amtrak said in a statement that there were multiple injuries. The train had about 141 passengers and 16 crew members on board, Abrams said. The train had 2 locomotives and 10 cars, 8 of which derailed, he said. We are deeply saddened to learn local authorities are now confirming that 3 people have lost their lives as a result of this accident, Abrams said. Megan Vandervist, a passenger who was going to visit a friend in Seattle, told the New York Times that she was awakened by the derailment. My first thought was that we were derailing because, to be honest, I have anxiety, and I had heard stories about trains derailing, said Vandervist, who is from Minneapolis. My second thought was that's crazy. We wouldn't be derailing. Like, that doesn't happen. She told the Times that the car behind hers was tilted, the one behind that was tipped over, and the 3 cars behind that had completely fallen off the tracks and were detached from the train. Speaking from the Liberty County Senior Center, where some passengers were being taken, Vandervist said it felt like extreme turbulence on a plane. Residents of communities near the crash site quickly mobilized to help the passengers. Chester Councilwoman Rachel Guiquier said she and others helped about 50 to 60 passengers who were brought to a local school. I went to the school and assisted with water, food, wiping dirt off faces, she said. They appeared to be tired, shaken, but happy that they were where they were. Some looked more disheveled than others, depending where they were on the train. The grocery store in Chester, about 5 miles, 8 kilometers, from the derailment, and a nearby religious community provided food, she said. The passengers were taken by buses to hotels in nearby Shelby, said Guiquier. His husband works for the local emergency services agency, and was alerted to the crash. The National Transportation Safety Board will send a 14-member team, including investigators and specialists in railroad signals and other disciplines, to investigate the crash, spokesman Eric Weiss said. Weiss said the derailment occurred around 3:55 p.m., and no other trains or equipment were involved. The train was traveling on a BNSF railway main track at the time, he said. Photos posted to social media showed rail cars on their sides, and passengers standing alongside the tracks, some carrying luggage. The images showed sunny skies, and it appeared the accident occurred along a straight section of tracks. Amtrak said that, because of the derailment, the Sunday westbound Empire Builder will terminate in Minneapolis, and the Sunday eastbound Empire Builder train will originate in Minneapolis. Other recent Amtrak derailments include April 3, 2016. 2 maintenance workers were struck and killed by an Amtrak train, going more than 100 miles per hour in Chester, Pennsylvania. The lead engine of the train derailed. March 14, 2016. An Amtrak train traveling from Los Angeles to Chicago derailed in southwest Kansas, sending 5 cars off the tracks, and injuring at least 32 people. Investigators concluded that a cattle feed delivery truck hit the track and shifted it at least a foot before the derailment. October 5, 2015. A passenger train headed from Vermont to Washington, D.C., derailed when it hit rocks that had fallen onto the track from a ledge. The locomotive and a passenger car spilled down an embankment, derailing 3 other cars and injuring 7 people. May 12, 2015, Amtrak Train 188 was traveling at twice the 50 miles per hour speed limit as it entered a sharp curve in Philadelphia and derailed. 8 people were killed, and more than 200 were injured when the locomotive and 4 of the train's 7 passenger cars jumped the tracks. Several cars overturned and ripped apart. Hamada reported from Phoenix. Associated Press Tom Krisher in Detroit contributed to this report.